Are you looking to swap an LS or a Vortec engine into your Gen 2 Dodge Ram pickup? Well, if so, this is a video for you. Let's take a look at some of the stuff we have here. We have a 5.3 LM7 Vortec engine, 4L80E transmission, and we decided to go with the new process 241C transfer case because we wanted to take advantage of the mechanical shift. That's what we're going to be putting in this today. Let's take a look at some of the parts we're going to be using. We couldn't find a lot of information on how to do this engine swap online, but we did find a couple people who did it, and they recommended using some GM small block Chevy adapter plates, and you'll end up having to re-drill and tap a hole is what they said. We'll be learning all about that today. We also snagged some transmission bell housing bolts, and then we have some studs to be able to attach our transfer case to our transmission, and we're going to try using the stock engine mounts, so that way it's just really easy to pull this out. We don't have to do any modifications to the chassis. First things first, let's get these engine adapters mounted on the engine with the Dodge mounts, so that we can put it on the engine stand, get it in there, and then connect the transmission and transfer case. This top one is what we need to tap and die for. Now that we have these engine mounts on, we're going to take off the intake manifold so we can connect it to our engine hoist and get it placed in the Dodge. I think I might need to take this off quick. Knock sensor. All right, we got the engine put in here, but we ran into a little bit of a hiccup. Our engine mounts on this 5.3 Vortec are a little wider than what would originally be in here. So we gotta go hit the drawing board, and when we get that figured out, we'll be right back. And we're back, and we have our 3D printed brackets. Let's get these on the engine so we can test to see if they work. What we did here is we took the hole pattern from these motor mounts and we dropped it on the engine adapter to try and bring this dimension in towards the engine on both sides to make it so we can use the stock Dodge mounts. If these work, we're going to get these made out of steel. All right, we were able to get this side in. This side, we did come in quite a bit from where we originally started. I think we just need to make a few more adjustments and we'll be good to go. We finally have these steel ones that we're going to be testing today to see if we can bring those engine mounts a little bit further in so we can fit this Vortec engine in this chassis. All right, let's get this up and in the engine compartment. Good. Watch your fingers. Okay, this side's sliding in. Ooh, I'm going. Oh, so close. There, mine is. I think I just need a drop line, Lee. Yeah. I think that's. There it is. No, bro. Dude. Woo! Kind of looks like it's like this though. Dang, bro. That's a decent amount. Yeah, we're hitting right here. That's not letting us go all the way down. Bro! We did it! Let's go! We got it, baby. Let's see if it'll work. Yep, alright. 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 Let's get those new black. Beautiful. Get a Kanifsky on there. Can you see how this engine's sitting in here crooked? Well, I'm going to show you guys how we're going to fix it.
These engine mounts we have different slotted holes, so we're just going to pull this engine, move those slotted holes over on one side, and then when we put the engine back in, hopefully it's sitting in the right spot.
That looks way better. That used to be like sitting over here. Wow, what an adjustment. We have this engine mounted in here. We focus our attention on this transmission. Now, when you get to this point of an engine swap, you want to make sure your engine is level. We're looking for, in this specific application, about 1 to 5 degrees tilted back. Now, with the stock transmission mount and the stock cross member, we have a little bit of a gap here. So we went ahead and designed up a bracket to fix that. Bro, it don't move.
It's so cool.
It's freaking solid. We got the transmission mounted. The last thing we got to do is throw on the transfer case, because we want this whole drivetrain mounted in here before we put the cab on. Let's do it. All right, little Roy, should we throw this in there? Where's level? Just like that. Yes, sirree, Bob. And we're just trying to fit this on here. Again, we're going to take this apart, throw a gasket on here, and have a good old time. But for now, we just want to get everything fit up.
You get to the bottom one. You gotta put that on before you drop the transmission.
Shoot, you're right.
The things you learn, though, you know.
See, exactly. That's another reason.
Baby, freaking learn it.
It's another reason we wanted to throw this on before we got too carried away. Get it somewhat snug. They said we couldn't do it. They doubted us. Dude, this is sweet. This is in a great spot to get down to that axle. Slanted up a couple degrees, but we have a CV joint right here, so we should be fine. Boy, that thing is freaking solid though, bro. We'll put so much torque through here. All right, now that we have this mounted in here, we can measure our degrees at the end of our drive shaft, our axle, our front axle, make sure everything's where it needs to be before we go throwing that cab on here. Hey, bro. Hey, bro, this looks freaking beautiful though. Absolutely beautiful.